Pele, the Three Lions Club, Blackguard Stadium, Daniel Island.
Yeah, you know what it is.
And we are back in Blackguard Stadium, where the Charleston Battery and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds are taking the field as we speak, getting ready to kick off, just about 6 minutes away from kickoff. And I am now joined by play-by-play man and president of the Charleston Battery, Andrew Bell. And Andrew, no doubt, both of these teams coming into this game desperately seeking a win.
Yeah, you know, Pittsburgh haven't won a game yet, so obviously the pressure's really heaped on their shoulders, and the Battery in front of their home fans in what should be a very big crowd tonight.
Yeah, quite the way to introduce Nikola Katic into his tenure as a coach here at the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
America's top travel magazine named Charleston the best city in the nation, so it's no secret that people are flocking here. But people from all over the world come to MUSC for our unparalleled expertise year after year. Maybe that's why so many national organizations invest in our breakthroughs, and why so many of the world's top doctors continue to join us. So while Charleston's magnetic draw may not surprise you, we wanted to remind you about ours. MUSC, changing what's possible.
Riverhounds taking away. Both teams need a win. Keep it locked right here on ESPN 910 AM.
The Doubletree by Hilton Hotel and Suites Charleston Airport, where the little things mean everything, are proud to be the official hotel of the Charleston Battery for the 2014 season. The hotel offers 149 well-appointed guest rooms, including 46 suites and 5,000 square feet of meeting space. Please call the hotel at 843-518-6200 to make your reservation, or ask for our group sales manager, John Sedgwick, for personal assistance. Stay where the pros stay. The Pusser's Painkiller, the world-famous cocktail that's good for any occasion. A delicious blend of Pusser's rum, cream of coconut, pineapple and OJ served over the rocks. No other rum punches through the ingredients like Pusser's rum. Aged 3 years minimum and blended to the Admiralty's specification since 1655. The famous Pusser's Painkiller had its start at the Soggy Dollar Bar on a stretch of white sand beach in the British Virgin Islands. Experience the Pusser's Painkiller today. Learn more at pussersrum.com.
How you doing, Low Country? T-Mac here at Home Team Barbecues, encouraging everyone to support live music. Visit our website, www.hometeambbq.com, for up-to-date info on our selections of the best up-and-coming blues, bluegrass, and Americana artists on tour today. Be sure to check Sullivan's Island for full band schedules and West Ashley for up-to-date info on the weekly open jams, lunch specials, and special events. Visit hometeambbq.com now.
From the moment you enter the doors at the new MUSC Health Center in Mount Pleasant, you'll discover an extraordinary healthcare experience. Inside the lobby, a helpful medical concierge greets you warmly and directs you to your destination. Whether you need primary care, comprehensive women's breast care, urology, or one of many other services, you'll take comfort knowing you're backed by the largest team of specialists in the Low Country, with the resources that only an academic medical center can provide. Which means we don't just treat and heal, We pioneer new ways to treat and heal. The new MUSC Health Center is conveniently located at Hungry Neck Boulevard and Highway 17. It's proof that we're not just practicing medicine, we're perfecting it. Visit muschealth.com/East Cooper to learn more. MUSC Health, changing what's possible.
Proud sponsor of the Battery, Bottles is Mount Pleasant's only beverage superstore. 15,000 square feet of wine, beer and spirits. Bottles boast the largest selection and lowest prices east of the Cooper. No need to drive to West Ashley. Bottles has growlers, kegs, craft beer, free weekly wine and spirits tastings, and hand-rolled cigars. Be local, buy local. Locally owned Bottles Beverage Superstore, 610 Coleman Boulevard in the Moultrie Shopping Center.
Get ready to wiggle your toes in coastal sand or step to the beat of a favorite band. Take a walk in the park for a brisk stroll or brave the water for a kayak roll. All this can be done at your Charleston County parks. And for the best value, buy the annual Gold Pass, which gives you free entrance to our beaches, fishing piers, parks, and many special events for a whole year. Visit charlestoncountyparks.com or call 843-795-4FUN, where you will find everything under the sun.
And welcome back to Blackboard Stadium. We're at kickoff here at Daniel Island here in Berkeley County. It's the Charleston Battery versus the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. USL Pro action for you this evening. And as we mentioned with Dana Lucas in the pregame, it should be a very good match tonight. Let's pay some bills before we get started. Scores, stats, news and more exclusively on USLProSoccer.com. Facebook, visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/USLPro. Make sure to follow at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. And Nike is a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. And don't forget, every USL Pro regular season and playoff game is streamed live on YouTube in 2014. Features include DVR chat, social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the Batteries and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds YouTube stream today. All right, formalities over here. It is a big crowd out here at Blackboard Stadium tonight. If you're listening here locally on 9:10 a.m., there's still time to come out. And don't forget, fireworks follow the game. So get out to Daniel Island and get one of those few tickets that are remaining. And you'll enjoy the soccer match if you can get here in time. And, of course, fireworks to follow. It's always a fun night. This is the first family night of the year, so just a ton of children here this evening. And we actually had South Carolina United Mount Pleasant here for their event before the match. They were playing 3v3 on the stadium field. It's great to see. The ryegrass just burning off a little bit after that hot week we had. Natural grass surface, of course, here at Blackboard Stadium, but you can see there are patches where it's burned away. We're still waiting for the Bermuda to start running properly. It's a little hotter this spring than it was last year. Looks like we're about ready to get underway here. Pittsburgh are going to have the ball once our referee gets us going. They'll be going from left to right in the first half. The Battery going from right to left in the home colours, the black and yellow, those Nike jerseys, and away we go. Pittsburgh with possession, and it's quickly out to this near side. Sent forward. Little flick header. There's a chance here for the Riverhounds. Oh, I tell you what, if Griffith hadn't got back in, that was a goal, Dane.
And I don't think anybody in the stands even had a chance to take their eyes off of the hot dogs and the beers they just got out of the concession stands before that Angulo was in. And that is not the guy you want to leave open in the box with a chance on goal in the first 10 minutes.
Angulo in on goal. Griffith came across and just got something on it and got it behind for a corner kick. The Battery caught napping. That will make Coach Anheuser furious. Here's the corner into the back of the 18-yard box. Charleston headed up and helped on by Dane Kelly, who will give chase, but it'll find touch on the far side for a Pittsburgh Riverhounds throw-in.
Well, we've said it before. This is a Charleston Battery team who, to this point in the season, I think everybody will agree, has underachieved at a bit of a fragile stage in their season, where, you know what, a goal in the early going could really rattle the cages a bit. And it's going to be instrumental for Charleston not only to push up, but defend and back and be sound against the Pittsburgh team that they feel they could have a chance to come out here and get 3 points against at home.
Mike Green, the right back over here on this near side, wearing the number 8. That's a good touch from him. Prince has got goal side, the former College of Charleston man. Back it goes. Marshall. No Hunter Gilstrap tonight. They've gone with Lish, the goalkeeper who's on loan from Houston Dynamo of Major League Soccer. That's the affiliate of Pittsburgh. There's the ball swung across, took a little deflection. Oh, Wilson missed it, and maybe a chance for a strike here. He's actually changed his mind, going to recycle it. There's still 2 in the box if he can get it in. No, he can't, because Wilson is there. Now, how do we pronounce his name? Sudabaka, Seth Sudabaka. Quick throw in taken. Pittsburgh on the front foot here in the early going. You're listening to the Charleston Battery here live tonight on 9:10 a.m. as Dane Kelly intercepts that loose pass and turns away with possession. Oh, trying to flick it through the gap with the outside of his right foot, but it's intercepted into touch. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery at the halfway line.
Well, it's going to be integral for Pittsburgh to get out and put some early chances on the goal of Odesno Cooper. This is a Charleston back line who has sort of been a bit filtered with Colin Falvey and Sean Ferguson with the red card. He's on suspension, so Mueller filling in the back, and he'll have his work cut out for him, partnering up with the captain, Colin Falvey.
The ball played backwards by Pittsburgh. They have possession midway up inside the half. Riverhounds played last night, lost in Wilmington. Spoke to the Wilmington coach this afternoon. He's driving up to Raleigh for a friendly match against the U.S. men's U20 team. As Wilson volleys high in the air, Charleston, in their last home game against Wilmington, started slowly and paid the price.
Yeah, they just never got a hold of themselves. They let up a goal in the first 3 minutes, I believe, and that's dangerous from Taylor Mueller, who was assisted by the offside flag coming up. But
yeah, it was a loose touch from Mueller, but Collins was offside, so it'll be a free kick now for the Charleston Battery.
Collins is a guy who's made his way around, hasn't he? He's been everywhere from here down in Pittsburgh. He's been in Everton over in the EPL. He's also played in the Dutch Everdice League, so he has a wealth of experience up top pairing up with Jose Angulo.
Here's Sanyang for the Battery. Back to Falvey. Falvey turns it back to the goalkeeper, Cooper, who doesn't blast it forward. He takes his time, and now he drills it forward, looking for his fellow Cuban. Cordovez, it's taken away there by Lewis, but he couldn't catch up to the loose ball, and Earls will collect. Another play with vast experience, Danny Earls. They definitely upgraded their team, at least on paper, Pittsburgh, during the off-season, but just haven't got started. And you look at the start they've had, and I know that Justin Evans lost his job, but how much of that could you put down to the schedule? It was a difficult start for them. Orlando away to start the year. Gilstrap, of course, got injured in that game. Difficult for them, those northern teams, sometimes to get going. Here come Pittsburgh now with Green across the halfway line. Set back. Played square across to the far side. Charleston back in their defensive shape. It's Collins. Inside to Earls. Just a little dink pass. Now played forward to Angulo. Motagalvan. Green. And again. Charleston sitting very deep. There's a chip into the box. Set for the shot. It's on target and saved by Odesno Cooper. It was Danny Earls on the left foot.
And that's just too much space to be allowing John in the center of the box, backing down Colin Falvey, taking a touch and having the time to look up, find a pass, and it almost fell for Pittsburgh. And a shot on goal came, albeit a tame effort that Odesno Cooper was able to handle.
Throw in now for the Battery. Quinton Griffith takes it, the Antiguan. Nice article about him this morning in the Charleston newspaper. You can check that out online at charleston.net. Making the switch this year into the right back position from right midfield. Lewis giving chase. Kelly also trying to help out. It's played out to the far side. Lewis has got to get back into his position here, which he is now. Pittsburgh moving the ball nicely, and here they come again, out to the far side. There's maybe a chance for Earls to play it into the middle. No, it's cut out by the Battery defender and cleared up the line. and into touch. Let's talk for a second about the big game today, the Champions League final. So if you haven't seen that yet, turn the radio down. But congratulations to Real Madrid. They got it done, Dane.
Well, I'll thank you on the behalf of all Real Madrid fans out there listening. It was certainly a nerve-wracking game, and right down to the finish, 93 minutes in, Sergio Ramos with the equalizer, and then, man, I'll tell you what, we couldn't quite sit on edge until it was finally done. But 4-1, and congratulations, La Décima, as we call it in Madrid.
That's the 10th.
The 10th one. The most successful team in European history. So congratulations to...
Well, Barcelona have won 15 European championships.
I don't know.
Combination of...
Europa?
Europa.
Oh, come on. That doesn't count, Andrew.
No, if you're a Barcelona fan.
Okay, let's be real here.
8 minutes in. Charleston Battery 0. Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. Pittsburgh with possession, and it's been a bright start from the visitors. The ball swung out to this near side. They've invited Green on, and he'll take his time. Now he looks up and swings it into a good area. It bounces at the back of the 18-yard box. Griffith is there, and he can play it up the line unopposed. Good ball for Cordovez. Controls it with his back to goal. He's tackled, keeps possession. Now he can bring it onto his left foot. Van Schaik asking for it, receives it, and the give and go with Cordovez. He's on his right foot. Can he pick out Kelly with a cross? He can, and Kelly volleys over the bar for a goal kick.
There's no way for Kelly to know that, but if Johnny Wilson comes on and he's allowed to play that on, if Dane Kelly leaves that for him, he is in acres of space in the box. But Dane Kelly, he's a bit anxious to get a shot on goal. It's been a little while for him, and turning on goal, actually got a bit good contact on it, but couldn't quite turn it goal side.
You're listening to the Battery Live on 9:10 a.m. It was a difficult chance for Dane Kelly. He tried to hit the first-time volley, as Dane said, made good contact but couldn't keep it down.
It's an interesting lineup that the Pittsburgh Riverhounds have fielded here today. No Matt Dahlman, who for me, watching the game last night, he was the one to provide any sort of threat, any sort of spark in the attack for Pittsburgh. Brian Ownby not even in the lineup today, so there's questions about maybe where he might be, but Dahlman on the bench sitting there. Wouldn't be surprised if he came off the bench a little later on in this game, because he is fantastic from this right side, putting in those balls into the box.
It's an animated coach down on the sideline for Pittsburgh, Katic. He's up off the bench. He hasn't sat down yet. Nikola Katic, and he's urging them to play it forward. He's asking them to turn it forward. Now it's out to Green on this near side. He's going to chip it down the line for Collins to chase. Mueller's across, gave him a little elbow. Collins looked to the linesman, the assistant, who just waved him away. And so Charleston can control it with Cooper. We are already in the 10th minute here at Blackboard Stadium. No score. Van Schaik with a touch. Sanyang goes to ground. Prince beaten to the loose ball. Sanyang wins it back. Kelly looked like he got knocked down. Play on, says the referee. Incidental contact. Wilson takes up the running. A little step over into the path of Cordovez. The shot is blocked. It'll be a corner for the Battery.
It's a good run of play there. Plenty of players pushing up, offering those runs, offering those passing lanes. And Neville Cordovez right there, looking to have a chance on goal. Johnny Wilson was the focal point of that attack, pushing up from that left back spot and finding Cordovez slashing through.
You can hear the Battery fans below us cheering the home side on. It's a corner for Charleston. Dak Prince will take it on his right foot. Chips it into the back post. Lish under a bit of pressure there, but good take from the goalkeeper, and comes sprinting to the edge of his 18-yard box to try and get the counter-attack going. I think he's going to have to hold it up now and wait for some movement and perhaps punt it downfield, and that's what he's going to do. Right-footed punted clearance. Hanging up there. Wilson snaps the header down. He finds Amadou Sanyang, and then back it goes to Taylor Mueller, who's shaken off that knee injury that kept him out of the game in Wilmington. The ball chipped forward over the head of Cordovez. It strikes his back. Kelly takes a first-time effort that's off target, but comfortable save for the goalkeeper, Lish.
Andrew, I'd be surprised if we got into a defensive struggle like we've seen over the Charleston Battery's last couple of games against Wilmington in particular. But this is a team in Pittsburgh that needs a win here. So they're going to come out, they're going to push forward, and they're going to try to get it goals in as early as often as they can. Obviously, Charleston at home desperately needing a win. So it'd be interesting to see the way these two teams approach this game and the way they want to push up.
So far, they're both having a go at each other, and we've had a couple of chances. It's Lewis now for the Battery. Bit of skill, goes to ground, and he earns a free kick. It was a nice little bit of a trick that took him away from the Pittsburgh player, and he's earned what could be a chance here for the Battery. It's a little far out for a strike, but Griffith does have a heavy right foot, and he may fancy it from this kind of range.
Maybe if it was the game from a bit early and Ronaldo was out on the pitch right now, this would be
Ronaldo for sure would be shooting from here. It looks like Griffith will be. Prince and Van Schaik also over it. So with Van Schaik, you've got the chip. With Griffith, you've got the strike. It's a free kick for the Battery here in the 12th minute. They're going to leave it. Griffith steps away, so Van Schaik and Prince angles it into the back of the 18-yard box. It's overhit, though, and it's behind for a goal kick. He just couldn't keep the pace off the ball. He was trying to pick out Mueller at the back of the 6-yard box, and it was overhit.
Yeah, it was well worked, wasn't it? You could see the intention there. That's some training ground stuff that they drew up, and just couldn't quite hit the head of Taylor Mueller, who was dashing near post, looking to cut that one back off the head. And good bit of play, but the execution wasn't quite there in the early going. Zach Prince is a guy we saw last time out here in Charleston who got frustrated a little bit in the early going, and if he has a good couple touches in the early part of the game, he can really settle himself in. This is going to be nothing but helpful for him in his game winning the ball back.
Prince in with a challenge at the halfway line. Look like a foul, surely. Yep. His feet were up in the air there, Prince, and it's going to be a free kick for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. We're in the 13th minute, just about to head into the 14th. Not quite 15 minutes in here. Charleston Battery 0, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. Collins beaten in the air by the Battery skipper. And now Sanyang just pushes forward and he rolls it up towards Kelly. He missed his pass though, Sanyang. And it's all the way through to Lish, who drills it to the halfway line. Wilson heads into touch. Patrick O'Brien is our referee tonight. I just was looking at my emails to see if I could find the ref. I know I had it somewhere. Doesn't have much to do yet. As Wilson controls on the left foot, deft touch. Drills it infield, it comes straight back to him. He'll let that run. Safety first from Wilson. And it'll be behind for a goal kick. There's still a big line of people over on the East ticket window trying to come in. It's always a big game this for the Battery. The Memorial Day weekend holiday. Saturday night, a traditional fixture. In the old days, it was Charleston versus Atlanta on this weekend, but of course, no longer a member of the USL family, the Atlanta Silverbacks. And actually, they'll be playing in Major League Soccer soon, Atlanta. Not the Silverbacks, but the new MLS franchise owned by Arthur Blank. Here come Charleston with a nice ball down the line from Lewis to Griffith. Takes it in stride. Lewis overlapping. Down the line for the youngster. On his right foot, the Jamaican. Rolls it across to the back of the 18-yard box. Cordovez brings it down. He's got his back to goal now. And just about keeps it alive to Wilson. Controls it on his right foot. They're inviting him to shoot on that foot. It drops for Prince. And it's deflected. It was going wide, but the keeper goes to ground and prevents it going out for a corner kick.
Yeah, this home crowd just inviting Johnny Wilson to have a shot. Maybe waited a bit too long to have a go. Almost fell for Zach Prince, who was there waiting on a fortuitous bounce. But Andre Lewis, Andrew, is really going to be one of the guys. He's been in the most form lately for Charleston. Really seems like the guy who's going to be the focal point of this attack and start things up from the middle of the park.
Playing in right midfield, Lewis, the young midfielder from Spanish Town, Jamaica, on loan from Vancouver Whitecaps. Charleston Battery, the official USL Pro affiliate of Major League Soccer's Vancouver Whitecaps, as Lewis and Kelly, well, they actually bang into each other, and Pittsburgh get the ball back. I think the two Jamaicans would be able to figure that out. It's Pittsburgh on the ball, cut out by Van Schaik. Now Falvey, who will play it long occasionally if he sees it for Kelly to chase onto. And there is a long one from Kelly, looking for Cordovez, but it's taken down very nicely by the Pittsburgh defender given away. Here's Lewis, rolls it inside to Sanyang, plays it forward to Cordovez, can't get the ball across to Kelly. He was trying, and Pittsburgh get it away, on the far side.
Seemed like he was split in between two decisions there, whether to play it on to Kelly or out wide to Andre Lewis, and just kind of splitting hairs and ended up making the wrong choice. But good play by Amadou Sanyang, stepping up, taking control of that ball. And when we've seen Charleston struggle, it's been the midfielders who have really been unable to put their mark into the game. You think of those Wilmington games in particular.
Angulo holds off Van Schaik, turns, little reverse ball in behind, flag stays down, but it was overhit. Looking for Collins. A round of applause from Katic below us. Jason Cutney standing off the bench, also looking on. Cutney, a former Battery man himself, known him since he was a rookie here in 2004, I think it was.
How about the ball from Jose Angulo in the middle, just lulling defenders to sleep. John makes the slashing run into the box. It's a great ball from last year's Golden Boot winner, 15 goals, tied with Dom Dwyer.
Dreadful touch there from Sanyang to lose possession in the midfield. And Pittsburgh have it back. There is Angulo. Back to Motagalvan. And then all the way out to the far side. Pittsburgh with numbers forward. Charleston on the back foot. Down the line for Earls, who can whip it with that left foot if he wants to. It's blocked, and one back in the tackle by Lewis. Nicely done. And he hits it long, looking for Dane Kelly. Kelly controls on the thigh, plays it in behind. Cordovez is offside, though. He spun away too early, Javier Cordovez. Dane Kelly did everything right, but the run had jumped ahead of the play.
Well, you said it. What a turn and what a touch from Kelly to get himself into some space. Javier Cordovez about a fingernail offsides right there. I guess a toenail.
Little 1-2, but it's given away by Pittsburgh and then given away by Sanyang, who's been off target with a couple of passes in the last few minutes. We're already 19 minutes in here. No goals. Charleston 0, Pittsburgh 0. Pittsburgh conceded twice early last night and they never recovered. But tonight, they've made a real game of it so far. Still a long way to go here at Blackboard Stadium. It's Motagalvan at the halfway line. Right-footed ball, driven over the top. Wilson's got to get back goal side. The ball skips away. It'll be a throw-in now for the Charleston Battery.
And if you look at Coach Katic over here, the body language, this would indicate that this is going to be a guy, Mike Green, over here on this near side, who is going to be invited to push up. He was signaling that ball from the back to go over the top, meet Green in the air, and allow those attackers, Collins, John, and Jose Angulo, to push up and invite that ball into the middle.
There's a high clearance from Pittsburgh, a little bump from Wilson. Prince tries to get his head on it. It's into touch. It's a throw-in now for Charleston. Prince launches it forward. It's headed away by the Riverhounds. He used his body well there, Prince, to win possession. It's played forward to Cordovez. Turns into trouble. The foot from Mike Green was high. The referee blows his whistle, Mr. O'Brien, and it'll be a free kick for the Charleston Battery. Let's see if Zach Prince can get the right weight on this ball. 20 minutes gone. The referee's asked Katic to put a penny on because he's got a blue shirt on, the same as his players. Prince then on his right foot again. You can hear the crowd cheering on the home side. Here come the Battery with a free kick. Swung to the back of the 18-yard box. Oh, it misses everybody. And rolls behind for a goal kick. Strange one, that just bounced in the box.
Yeah, Favio would be disappointed he didn't get ahead to that, because actually it was a very good ball put into the box by Zach Prince, right into the thick of the massive bodies in the 18-yard box, and Colin Favio just whiffed on it.
Yeah, just missed the fly to the ball, didn't he? 21 minutes in, Lish with the goal kick, hits to the halfway line. Sanyang clatters into the Pittsburgh man, Motagalvan, and it'll be a free kick for Pittsburgh. He'll get a talking to here. Sanyang back in the lineup tonight, Sanyang, after missing a couple of games through injury and through the form perhaps of Abdallah, but return to the starting lineup tonight as they get it down the line. Wilson's going to come across and try and stop the cross, and does so, and it'll be a throw-in for the Battery.
Wilson's been a busy man here in the first 10 games of the season. He was going to be a guy who Coach Anheuser wanted to reserve some of those home games and let some of the guys on the bench play a little more often, but circumstances have changed, and Johnny Wilson's name has been called time and time again, and he has answered the call. 37-year-old veteran, I believe.
He actually was part of TEDx Charleston. You can check out his talk online. It was a tremendous speech he gave, inspiring. A real honor for him to be involved in that. And there he is, finding Prince with the pass. Prince can't control it, but it's won back briefly by Van Schaik. Pittsburgh gather up the ball, play it in square to the midfield, now played out to the far side. Here come the Riverhounds again on the far left channel. Lewis across, cuts past Lewis, plays in square, little pass at the top of the 18, and it breaks down as Prince fires it into the gap for Cordovez. Marshall comes across, gets just enough contact on it. He's battling Cordovez, and that's good defending.
How about Marshall right there, just holding off Eviel Cordovez, getting just a little touch on it, and it was important enough to off-track Eviel Cordovez.
Obadiah a bit loose in the pass there, but it's retrieved on the far side. Back it goes to Lish. Comfortable, it would seem, with the ball at his feet. The ponytailed goalkeeper from Houston Dynamo hits it long. Prince and Wilson collide into each other, and the ball into touch for a throw-in. And Wilson giving Prince a bit of an earful. Here come Pittsburgh. It's given away. Wilson squares it to Sanyang. Plays it backwards to Mueller, who's going to have to launch it. Marshall wins the header. Van Schaik and Sanyang collide. And here come Pittsburgh. The flag is up. Just offside John Collins. And that was pretty tight.
Charleston Battery seem in pieces right now, don't they? I mean, the communication has been non-existent. You see a couple of these guys going for 50-50 balls, and they're colliding in midair with each other. It's been a strange sight to see, because we haven't seen too much of this before, but Charleston Battery just seem to step off throughout the first 24 minutes of play, and going to have to sort things out a bit.
Taylor Mueller, right-footed ball, long ball forward to the top of the 18-yard box. Marshall wins the header. Earl steps on it. Oh, nice little backheel ball to Cordovez from Van Schaik. Heavy challenge, play on, says the referee. Cordovez caught in possession. Here come Pittsburgh again, growing in confidence. The visitors with Green. Down the line it goes to Sidabaka. Green again, and then all the way back to Andrew Marshall. Right-footed driven ball out to the far side. Lovely weight on that pass. After a bright start from Andre Lewis, he's really gone out of the game in the last few minutes. Charleston just sitting in their defensive shape right here. No real pressure on the ball. It's Marshall, plays it forward. Long, straight ball. Mueller gets his head on it. The touch is poor, but he was called for a foul. He was grabbing the Pittsburgh player, so illegal contact there from Taylor Mueller, and this is a chance for Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
And it's strikingly familiar to the Wilmington goal that we let up in the 3rd minute of play here last time we were in Charleston for a Battery game.
Angulo over the ball, number 18, and we're in the 25th minute. 20 minutes to go till half-time. This is a chance for someone to have a crack. I think he may leave it, Angulo, for Sidabaka on that right foot. Cooper seems happy with the placement of the wall. Does he know if it's a left or a right footer, I wonder? Charleston with Pittsburgh throwing some players forward. Charleston back behind them, trying to hold a line at the edge of the 18-yard box. 20 minutes to go till the break. Here's the free kick. It's swung in and headed away by the Battery. Wasn't a shot in the end from Sidabaka. Good header back away by Wilson, but it's still Pittsburgh on the front foot. Down the line it goes. Little back heel, and that will find touch for a goal kick, so the danger averted. Cooper didn't see the ball. Here he is now. He's got possession of the ball, looks up, looking for a short goal kick, but there's nothing on. And right-footed ball away to the right back now. Griffith, who's let that under his foot, but recovers to keep possession alive for the Battery. Now Van Schaik. There's nothing on for him as he plays it square across the back of the 18-yard box. Charleston keep it coming though with Mueller to Wilson. Wilson opens his legs, gets in front of the midfielder. Pushing on now, Wilson still going. Top of the 18, it's opened up on the far side. He tried to slip it down the middle, and it's straight to the keeper, Lish.
Oh, that's a fantastic run from Wilson, who just kept going and going, saw all the space in the world, and took it with great ease. Great little pass into Cordovez, too, was making that run in the box.
Offside flag is up for Angulo, who's chasing the long ball.
But it's troublesome, isn't it, that Johnny Wilson has to come all the way from the left back spot, get into the middle of the park just to make that pass into the box. There needs to be more midfield involvement, and those passes need to be coming from Sanyang, from Lewis, from Prince.
There's a nice set ball for Lewis, who is just manhandled away from the ball by, that's number 3, Brian Tekete, and it'll be a free kick for Charleston. They're getting tight on Lewis when he does have possession. I'm sure they're aware of his quality.
You just see Pittsburgh starting to push up a little bit defensively, which might open up some space in the back for Charleston to exploit.
It's going to be Jared Van Schaik then. A free kick for the Battery, 28 minutes in. Zach Prince is having a word with the referee. I'm not sure what he's saying.
Van Schaik's a guy who started the season off so hot, especially in the attacking third of the game. Want to get back into that here as the season goes on.
Referee having a word with Dane Kelly and Andrew Marshall. Actually, it was Andrew Marshall and Dane Kelly who are just pushing and shoving in the box. Normal stuff really for a team defending a set piece. Here's the free kick. It's got a good weight on it into the box. It's headed down and the wrong direction actually by the captain Falvey, and Pittsburgh clear it all the way into the Battery half. Wilson turns and will set it back to the keeper. Good work from Pittsburgh, who pushed out, pressed high on the Battery to prevent the pressure from being continued. That's an awkward header, but Earls is there, and he turns into trouble as Lewis gets away from him to the byline, sends it in at the near post. Good ball, parried away. Lewis, back it goes now to Van Schaik on his left foot, swings a good one into the box, to the back post, and behind for a goal kick.
Oh, that's a great ball to the back post by Jared Van Schaik, who spotted Zach Prince, and he just had a step on Mike Green, but couldn't quite get there as it rolled into play. But how about the thrusters from Andre Lewis, who just took that ball over and made it his, created a chance all on his own over there on the far side.
Sanyang complaining that he was being held in the box. You don't see that very often, given that is. You do see players getting held all the time. It's goal kick for Pittsburgh here in the 30th minute now at Blackboard Stadium. Half an hour gone. Wilson with time on the ball, looking for something, and in the end nothing really given that for him. He just hits it long, and it's a midfield battle for the ball. Sanyang controls it. Now Van Schaik. Prince drives it out to Griffith. It's a bit behind him, but he'll recover it. Plays it down the line for Lewis, who's got behind the defender. Now he's goal side, and Lewis spins away with possession. Nice skill. Turns to face them. Griffith plays one into the box. Good header away by Marshall. It looked like a high boot from Cordovez. Play on, says the referee, because the counter-attack is on now. Here's Sidabaka. Back to Green. Into the gap. Sent over the top. It beat the left-back Wilson. Collins comes with a little run. And now here's Sidabaka to the byline. Sends it into the middle. Griffith just got it away. And now Sanyang helps it back out to Quinton Griffith. And he's got a bit of space, the Antiguan. The game just starting to stretch. It's a nice square ball from Griffith to find Van Schaik in the centre circle. Left-footed pass out to Prince on this near side. Prince facing up to them. Well, gives it away. He just rolled it inside straight to the Pittsburgh man.
Yeah, it's disappointing right there. Pittsburgh had the time to come back and just didn't see the defender in the path as that pass was aimed for Nebula Cordovez. But frustrating stuff. Like you said, this game's starting to open up a little bit, and it'd be surprising if a couple chances didn't start to stream in here throughout the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think both teams would fancy their chances to score, actually, at this point. It's been very open as Cordovez gets tackled as he heads down the line. It'll be a throw-in for Pittsburgh, says the referee. Could have gone the other way, perhaps. Obadiah now to Marshall, up to the halfway line. An even game, again, between these two teams who always seem to play very even. It was a 0-0 scoreline back in April. As the ball is played into the back of the 18-yard box, Mueller got just enough on it to stop Collins from having a chance at goal. Wilson chips forward. Cordovez cushions it and can't keep... Oh, he goes to ground and tackles, but can't keep possession for the Battery. Now Green to Sidabaka. Late push from Zach Prince. He'll be lucky not to get booked here, Dane.
Yeah, you can sort of see it. I mean, Prince, he's been a bit frustrated here in this little couple conversations with the referee, a couple missed touches, and that'll all lead to maybe a bit of a skirmish over here, which all boils over with Sidabaka.
He went down a little bit easily, and I think that's why he's not getting booked, but it was a bit cheeky from Prince, but he gets away with it.
But we'll keep an eye on Prince from here on out.
Absolutely. We've got 12 and a half minutes to go till the break. It's the Battery 0, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. It's a free kick here for Pittsburgh. A chance, really, if they fancy just throwing one up into the box, into the mixer. 75 degrees at kickoff. Lovely early summer's day in Charleston, South Carolina. Overcast. We had a very hot week, and you can see in the field how it's affected the grass. Oh, it's played short. Little 1-2. Charleston struggling to defend the set piece, and it's out to the player on this near side. Green to the byline. Plays it in at the near post. Charleston tackle it away. Hit long to the halfway line. Cordovez. Touch is good. Takes possession. Down the line for Kelly, overlapping. Kelly with a bit of space to stretch him. Good tackle, throw in Battery.
Anthony Obadiah retreating very nicely to halt that counter-attacking play from Dane Kelly. Obadiah, a guy who leads the league in fouls with 18 coming into the night. No foul needed right there.
Prince with a quick throw, and it's straight behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, with Van Shake just sneaking back behind the back four. Needed to get a touch on that before it tripped it over the end line, but Charleston have been few far between in terms of their chances, and it was Van Shake there just trying to get a cheeky one.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back, just that one sort of half chance with the volley from Kelly that has really troubled Pittsburgh, stretched them back there. It's there to be one in the midfield. Pittsburgh with a couple of chances of their own, and Prince foraging, does play it forward, but it's away by Pittsburgh. Hit long again by the Battery. Back it comes to Zach Prince. Prince looking at the play develop in front of him, and he slots it into the gap for Van Shake. And flag is up. It won't count. Kelly pulled offside.
I think that's the wrong call right there, Andrew. And ooh, that'll be interesting to see when you take a look at that as this game goes up on YouTube tomorrow, because Dane Kelly seemed to be in an onside position. It was Cordovez off.
Cordovez was offside though.
He held his run.
And the linesman, from where he's standing, you know, perhaps he can or he can't tell whether he's interfering with play. But nice bit of play from the Battery. It ends up in the back of the net, but it won't count. And it remains 0-0 here at Blackboard Stadium.
They know what it's going to take to open this defense up, and man, it was a great pass into the middle. It opened up some space. Dane Kelly made a run through the box, and it was nicely worked. And to be quite honest with you, I thought it was a fair goal onside, but referee seeing otherwise on the other end, and that'll hurt for this Charleston Battery squad.
It's a good finish from Kelly on the right foot, although it won't count. 0-0 the score. Charleston Battery, Pittsburgh Riverhounds here tonight on 9:10 a.m. as Kelly turns to the byline. He's got the pace to get there. Has he got the pace to get the cross in? No, he overhit it, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Well, that was a determined looking run right there to the end line, as he feels he might have been robbed out of a goal on that last series of plays. So look for Dane Kelly to step up and look for a goal here in the next 10 minutes.
Still a young player, Kelly, from Jamaica, who's on loan from Tivoli Gardens for 3 years, but signed outright by the Battery this season. Transferred from Tivoli.
Oof.
Heavy challenge there in the midfield, and Sanyang was the player involved from the Battery. It's dropped the Pittsburgh player to the ground. Let's hope he's okay. I think it was shoulder to head. Sanyang, of course, he's been on the wrong end of a few of those. I think Sanyang would say that they were both going for the ball, but those, when you can't see the player coming, can be nasty, can't they?
Yeah, it was meaty from Sanyang, who has been on the wrong end of those just a few too many times than he may have liked, and not sure who it is on the ground right there, but looks to be okay.
Yeah, he's sitting up. They're not calling for the trainer. It's Motagalvan, I think. Combative midfielder. We're into the last 7 or 8 minutes of the first half. It's Charleston Battery 0, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. You're listening here live locally on 9:10 a.m. ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. Of course, the YouTube stream also happening. Thanks for joining us wherever you are this evening. Hope you're enjoying tonight's USL Pro game. It's a free kick here for the visitors, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Chipped long. Nice little darting run from Angulo. But in the end, all he can do is turn it across to concede a throw-in.
You got to think, for Angulo, this must be a frustrating year so far. Granted, it is early, but only 2 goals for last year's Golden Boot winner in USL Pro play, and the service hasn't quite been there throughout this year. Obviously, throughout this game, it hasn't been there. He's had maybe one chance, and that was the chance he created over the top that got whistled back on an offside call.
There's a long looping one forward. It's headed away by Mueller for the Battery. The Battery defending here. Collins lets it bounce. Falvey snaps the header away. Get up, says the referee. Collins dropped to the ground by Falvey. Van Schaik, there's nothing on ahead of him, so he squares it now to Sanyang. Got my eye on the Pittsburgh man. Oh, it drops nicely for Cordovez here. Little stutter step. The shot comes in. It's wide of the target. Goal kick. And I'm pleased to tell you that Collins is back on his feet.
That was one of those half chances, wasn't it, where Cordovez takes a slap at it, but really not sure if it's a shot on goal or if it's just a whip across the face of goal, and hoping for a deflection as it was going wide, but never came from Dane Kelly and Andre Lewis on the far side.
Both Lewis has been getting into high positions, though. He's joined the attack whenever he can.
He's been good defensively, too. He's dropped back. He's starting to adopt the principles and the policies of Mike Anhauser's tactics.
Here's Griffith for the Battery. Yeah. Squared to Wilson. Yeah, you have to play both sides of the ball if you're a wide midfielder, no question about that. You're right, he's doing a better job of that. Here's Green now for Pittsburgh. Charleston lost possession there. Veteran defender Green. Rolls it inside to Obadai. Sort of a sniffing run forward. He gets it down the line for Sidabaka. He's got Wilson ahead of him. Motagalvan shows for it. Now it's swung to the back of the box. It's going to bounce over there, and Griffith can turn it up the line for Lewis. Controls it. Lovely skill. Gets away from his man. Plays it round the outside for Griffith, who's running forward rather from right back. It's down the line for Kelly. Kelly, top of the 18-yard box. Turns to face them. Now here's Van Schaik on the left foot. Thought about just dumping it in, but changed his mind. He goes to Griffith. Griffith down to Kelly. Kelly will play it in early, looking for Cordovez. It comes across the middle! Volleyed home by Amadou Sanyang, and the Battery take the lead.
Sanyang getting on the score sheet. Good for him, because he's deserved to battle through some injuries, and sort of a half chance, wasn't it? Cordovez stuck his neck out on the line and actually got a tip of it, and it fell graciously for Amadou Sanyang, who's giving it up to the fans over here. Big first goal as we close in on 5 minutes towards the halftime whistle, and Sanyang with the Charleston Battery up 1-0.
Good work there. We'll give credit to Cordovez, who slipped it across to Sanyang. Not sure whether he intended it or not, but he'll probably get an assist for that. And Sanyang volleys home. I can't remember him scoring before, apart from with his head, so congratulations to him. And the home side have taken the lead here now. I wouldn't say it really against the run of play, but you couldn't have picked out the stronger side for the first 40 minutes. Charleston with their tails up, and Griffith plays it long, looking for Cordovez. Marshall stretches and heads away to this near side. Good work there from the defender.
Marshall's got to be careful, though, because this has been a couple times where he has been stretched to his very most to get just a bit of a touch on it, and Cordovez just waiting to break free as he gets him behind.
Prince looking for someone to show for the throw in here. Not a lot on for him. I think he's going to just loop it into the box. Get on with it, says the referee. Quite right, let's go. Here's the throw into the middle. Flicked away by Marshall, who volleys it into the stands on this near side. It'll be another throw in. Prince will take it. Cordovez shows short for it, so does Kelly. And again, it's thrown into the box for Van Schaik, whose touch is heavy. Keeps it alive. Now, Prince's cross is straight to the defender. And they'll clear to this near side. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery.
Watch what happens with this one-goal lead, though, because not just defensively, but it seems like when they're possessing the ball, too, it's a weight has been lifted off of the shoulders of this Charleston Battery squad. Generally, they fight so hard, and they get so frustrated in the early parts of the game when either they're tied deep into the first half, and with a goal like this, they're allowed to pass the ball around. They're allowed not to force things, let things come to them.
Sanyang sends it into the back of the 18-yard box. Prince retrieves it. There's 4 or 5 in the middle. The cross is blocked and will be played out for a throw-in on this near side by the Riverhounds. Charleston trying to press home the advantage here. Here's the throw into the near post. Cordovez flicks it across the middle. Lish initially dropped it, but the referee blows his whistle. There was a push by Kelly to prevent Lish from getting clean possession. It'll be a free kick for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Couple of minutes to go until the break. Dane, your thoughts rather on this first half?
Well, Pittsburgh came out and they really did well. I mean, they had a couple chances at goal. They controlled the game. They even pressed high, pressed forward, and put Charleston to a bit of stress in the early going. But Charleston settled down, which is something they would have liked to do much earlier into the game. But Amadou Sanyang, Jared Van Schaik, they played very well. Andre Lewis starting to find his feet into this game. And Cordovez, give a lot of credit to him.
That's behind for a corner kick, so the Battery have to defend here.
Cordovez has been heavily involved, but on the other end, Mike Green has been one of the guys for Pittsburgh who's really posed a threat for this black and yellow squad.
There's the corner, good ball into the middle. Away by Charleston, now fully away. They struggled to get it clear initially. Ooh, Lewis caught him there as he tried to come out from the back, and he's going to be booked for that. The foot was late, wasn't it, coming in? Caught the player.
For me, he's got every right to go after that ball. Granted, it was a little late and probably deserved of a yellow card, but if he gets that touch on the ball, they're on a 3-on-2 break with the floodgates open, and Dane Kelly probably not in too much jeopardy of getting a second yellow here in the second half. So still working his way back to fitness. I'd be surprised if he found 90 minutes of playing time here tonight, but it's good to see him and Evio Cordovez teaming up again. We haven't seen that pair in quite a while here at Blackbaud.
It's an attacking free kick for Pittsburgh here in the 45th minute. Charleston Battery 1, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. Can the Riverhounds respond before the break? Earls with that left foot. Good ball into the back post. Oh, it's headed just wide. For a moment, it looked like it was going to flash inside the post, but it's wide, and it'll be a goal kick for the Battery.
And it was Mueller who just got a bump to the back. Marshall, clever play there as he just got a touch on Mueller, opened up some space, and on that back post, just needed to knot it on frame, which he was unable to do.
Cooper pings it forward. It's a good flick on from Van Schaik. Sanyang, free header, looks for Cordovez. Kelly comes to try and get it as well. Down the line for Prince. Prince controls. Sidibaka standing off him. Prince chips across to the back of the 18-yard box. Good header away from Pittsburgh, and they clear to Angulo at the halfway line. We're in time added on at the end of the first half. Here come the Riverhounds again, showing some fight here at the end of the half. Chance maybe for Earls if it opens up for him, but he's caught in the tackle by Falvey, and it's a good ball away to Andre Lewis. Being pulled back, but he gets away from his man. He can't get the pass away. Brings it under control.
Oh, how many times?
He's being fouled again and again, isn't he? Out it goes to the far side. Here is Dane Kelly. Kelly for Griffith. Griffith back towards Dane Kelly. Into touch on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery.
Well, he does it all the time, but really tonight, Quinn Griffith's run have been purposeful. They've been really driving at the defense and offering plenty of options.
I tell you what, the referee did a good job there letting the game go.
Yeah, it seemed a bit
There were a couple of
frustrating.
fouls on Lewis, but it opened up for the Battery after he broke free of the foul. It's up to Prince now. Prince trying to get it under control. He goes down the line, into touch it goes. It'll be a throw-in for Pittsburgh. There can't be too much more time in the first half.
But for me, Andrew, I mean, that's obviously...
There is the half-time whistle. We'll get back to that thought, Dane. We're going to take a break. It's Charleston Battery 1, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. We'll be back with more after these words.
America's top travel magazine named Charleston the best city in the nation, so it's no secret that people are flocking here. But people from all over the world come to MUSC for our unparalleled expertise year after year. Maybe that's why so many national organizations invest in our breakthroughs, and why so many of the world's top doctors continue to join us. So while Charleston's magnetic draw may not surprise you, we wanted to remind you about ours. MUSC, changing what's possible.
for you on the YouTube channel, which is where all the games are being streamed this year for USL Pro. The referee is ready. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds are ready. The Battery break from their huddle. They're going to be in the home colours, the yellow and black, going from left to right in the second half. Patrick O'Brien, our referee, not the famous author, but the not-so-famous referee, gives the ball to Dane Kelly. Charleston will get us back underway with Kelly and Cordovez over the ball. Van Schaik at the edge of the centre circle. Prince and Lewis, the other two midfielders, with Sanyang next to Van Schaik. We've got Griffith, Falvey the captain, Mueller and Wilson the back four, and Disnell Cooper in goal. And we're back underway now here. Second half action for you here, live from Blackboard Stadium. Shoulder charge from Dane Kelly, and he keeps it alive. Gets it to Van Schaik, squares it to Sanyang. Good first touch from Amadou Sanyang, who's brought down by the substitute. His first touch was a hack at Sanyang, Seth, and it'll be a free kick now for the Charleston Battery.
Interesting switch at halftime, bringing in Mike Seth for Anthony Obadai, who comes out. He is more of a defensive midfielder. Seth is listed as a forward, so throwing caution into the wind perhaps in the second 45 is Pittsburgh, but they got some defending to do here.
Absolutely, it's Van Schaik over the ball. Jared Van Schaik swings it in with that left foot, good ball in, good header away. Griffith helps it back to the halfway line for the left back, John Wilson. Takes it across a couple of steps, and then fires it forward, overhit, straight to the keeper, Lish, who smashes it away, and then straight back to him from Quinton Griffith, volley for volley, and just keeps it in. Nicely done there.
See Sanyang pushing up on that last ball in, got a little taste of goal. Maybe he's looking for a bit more. He smells blood in the water as getting that tally, I believe, for the first time this year.
Wilson wins the header. Van Schaik contests it, as does Sanyang. And Van Schaik will turn it around the outside for Zach Prince. Prince chips it down the line straight into touch from Prince, who had some good moments and some less good moments in the first half, but still out there battling. As Lewis comes across, tackles the Pittsburgh man, concedes a throw-in. Foraging runs forward from Prince a couple of times that did cause some problems. Oh, that's through the legs of Andre Lewis, who just has to turn and look as the ball is played into the box. Mueller gets the header away. Sanyang digs in. Is that behind for a corner? No, it's gone the other way. He's given a goal kick.
It wasn't too dissimilar from the goal that we saw for the Charleston Battery. It just took a deflection, bounced in a peculiar situation by the defense to handle, but Colin Falvey, luckily for the Charleston Battery fans here at Blackbaud Stadium, was in the right position, dealt with it enough, and earned a goal kick.
Played short to Quinton Griffith, allowed time on his right foot, telling them to get forward down the line. It's hit long for Kelly. Kelly controls, lovely control on the chest, looks for some help, finds Sanyang. Now Griffith drives it across, first time ball, and Prince is onside. Can he catch up to the pass? Just keeps it in play. No, he can't get there. He got his foot around it, but it's rolling away, and it'll be a goal kick for Pittsburgh.
Oh, it's a wonderful bit of vision there from Quinton Griffith, who just spotted Zach Prince and dropped it over the head of Mike Green. Prince, unfortunately, unable to catch up with it, lacked the pace that was needed. Had it been in reverse and Prince played the ball and Griffith was chasing, I think he would have got to it.
Cleared away by Lish. It's only 1-0. Charleston 1, Pittsburgh 0. The game's still there for the taking. Lewis over the top for Kelly, who's offside.
Cordovez is a bit upset he didn't choose the alternate option right there. Dane Kelly was in behind the defense, but it was Cordovez who was offering that other run on the other side. And had they connected, it would have been nightmares for the back line of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Pittsburgh with it just at the halfway line. Game opened up even more from the first half. It's a little bit stretched as both teams are going for it here. Pittsburgh have to try and respond to get back into it. The Battery looking for more goals. Here come Pittsburgh now. Oh, he gets away from Van Schaik, a bit fortunate, and then runs into Lewis. Lewis takes a touch, looks downfield, swings it past the right shoulder of Kelly. Kelly holds it up midway up inside the half, and that's a lazy sort of ball forward. Lewis continues the chase. Lish under a bit of pressure fires it out to the far side. Down the line it goes. Pittsburgh maintain possession. Good touch from Collins. There to be one in the midfield. Kelly got there very quickly. The referee saw something. Oh, they collided with each other. Both players, they're down
Kelly
injured.
on a yellow.
And the referee is in quickly. There's some pushing and shoving at the halfway line. 2 players down injured.
It seemed like a 50-50 where Kelly was going after it. And
well, we'll see what happens. Lish has come out of his goal, and he's trying to restrain John Collins. The players are doing a good job of separating each other. But unfortunately, we have 2 players prone inside the centre circle. Kelly was screaming in to try and close down the player, and it looked like it was knee-to-knee contact, Dane.
yeah, you know, it was
Or
tough
hip
to
to
see.
hip to hip even.
It was a heavy clash right at the center circle right there, and Dane Kelly coming in full steam ahead.
He's being helped to his feet. He's been sidelined for the last month through injury. Let's hope he's okay. He's just had a look at the Pittsburgh player who stayed down, holding his right side,
yeah.
Dane Kelly. Now, is Kelly on a yellow card? I don't think so. He is, so let's hope he isn't going to get booked again, because if he is, he's off.
Oh, well.
There is a yellow
There it
card,
is.
and that's a red card for Dane Kelly, so the battery reduced to 10 men here as Kelly gets a second yellow. His hands are on his hips. He's looking at the referee, but that changes it for the battery, Dane.
Yeah, that's a surprising decision right there. That seemed to be a 50-50 ball, and look at Dane Kelly. You can see him right there, dejected, as he has been on the sideline for much of this season, unable to play because of fitness issues, and now to be suspended for the next couple of games is really tough, or at least the next game.
Yeah, he'll serve a 1-game suspension.
Right
He's distraught as he's being helped off the field. Charleston, remember, still looking for their first win at Blackboard Stadium in USL Pro play. They're 1-0 up. Kelly is off, and the battery have to play a man down for the remaining 40 minutes. It's a long way to go here. Advantage swings, you would think, to the visitors.
It's devastating not only for the young Jamaican, but for this Charleston Battery squad who needs this 3 points. And to be quite honest with you, it's a shaky call, 50-50. That could have gone either way.
Well, you know what? It just seemed a bit reckless, though.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, what's he doing? I mean, I know he's trying to close down the player, but...
And that's in his nature, isn't it? I mean, it really is, but it's you got to know you're on a yellow card right there.
Absolutely, and Charleston will revert now to a single striker up front. It'll be Aviel Cordovez, 4-4-1. And Pittsburgh, you would imagine, are going to see a bit more of the ball. 53 minutes in here. 1-0, the slender lead the battery have. Pittsburgh, a man advantage. It's 10 against 10 at the moment because Pittsburgh's Mota Galvan was out, but he's back and okay, so good to see that he's all right. Wasn't really his fault that the challenge came in at him like that. Certainly didn't do anything to try and get Kelly booked.
And if they do have Matt Delman available for the remaining 40 minutes, I'd be shocked to see him not on the pitch, because this is a guy who could really take advantage of some space, especially when they're playing with a man advantage. So if Pittsburgh still can struggle, or still struggles to find those spaces and find opportunities, don't be surprised if number 24 Pittsburgh comes on in and changes things up a little bit.
Here come Pittsburgh with possession inside the battery half. Right down the middle. Van Schaik is there defending. It's played out to the far side. Cut out now by Zach Prince, and the battery push forward. Prince sees the space, and he opened up into it, and then he passed it straight to the Pittsburgh player. He was trying to cut it across to Cordovez. So here come the Riverhounds now on the far side. I wonder if Charleston will make a substitution here before too long.
Well, you would think, because this is a counter-attacking team and it's in its DNA, and without Dane Kelly up there to chase that, providing support for Aviel Cordovez is going to have a lot of work to do. You would think that they'd put in a defender for one of the midfielders, maybe. I think you got to leave the young Cuban up there just to allow some relief for your defense when they're clearing the ball up the field.
Prince tackled on the far side. It'll be a throw-in now for the battery. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Charleston 1, Pittsburgh 0. Charleston been reduced to 10 men, but they have a 1-0 lead against a side that played last night as Cordovez swings possession into the Battery court, and he tries to play it in at the near post. It takes a deflection. That's good work from the Cuban, and it's behind for a corner kick. So Charleston with a chance here.
It really is night and day, the way his game has evolved from last year to this year. I mean, holding play, being responsible with the ball, looking up with his head always up, trying to make that pass, even when he's in difficult spots like that. It's sparing possession is the name of the game in sometimes those situations.
Home fans getting behind the team here. They can sense a chance from the set piece, perhaps. It's a corner kick for the Battery, and Zach Prince will take it. Lewis rather to take it, swung in at the near post. Lish just fumbled it for a second, and but grabs it, so danger averted for Pittsburgh. Lish looking to roll it out. He knows that there should be space for his team to pass their way through this Battery. It's out and across the halfway line already. Here's Earls. Vastly experienced Danny Earls, former MLS player. Also had a spell with Rochester Rhinos. Back it goes to the halfway line. Pittsburgh with possession. Charleston sitting in their defensive shape. Cordovez trying to help out. It's behind Griffith. It hit his hand. Play on, says the referee. Earls running at Griffith. He gets around him, and then he slices his cross onto the top of the roof of the net there, and it's behind for a goal kick. We have fireworks after the game. It's family night here at Blackboard Stadium. Big crowd tonight. The game sponsor, friend of mine, Dr. Kevin Riker. Just saw him down away to the right among the fans on this near side. Charleston versus Pittsburgh. Don't forget Wednesday night the Battery at home against Orlando City U23s. And then I think it's Orlando the following weekend away. So right. It's Orlando and Orlando next week. Although the Wednesday night game is against the youngsters. Lewis giving chase there. He does have a little turn of pace, the Jamaican, which you would expect as he earns a throw-in on this near side. The Battery on the front foot here. Despite being a man down, it's Griffith with a throw-in.
Well, to be quite honest, Andrew, I mean, you can't just drop back and allow Pittsburgh to just knock the ball around for the next 40 minutes. It's going to have to be a bit of defending and attacking for the Charleston Battery in order to see this 3 points out. Johnny Wilson right here can do a bit of trouble.
Foraging, he's trying to find a way past. He goes square to Sanyang. Sanyang hits it diagonal and too long there for Lewis. It's straight across for a throw-in taken quickly. Pittsburgh trying to pass their way out of the back. It's Green who comes across now with possession on the far side. We're approaching the hour mark at Blackboard Stadium. 1-0 the score. The drummers have started on the far side in the supporters section. It's a good group over there tonight. Here's Tikete to Earls. Dribbling forward, gets it to Collins, who holds off Falvey, sets it back. Studebaker out to Green on the far side. Now Prince in front of the play. Played square to Studebaker. It's still 1-0 to the Battery. Given away there. Sanyang goes to ground, but he can't keep possession. And Pittsburgh have it back.
Well, that's where Dane Kelly would be right there, dropping back. It's going to be Evio Cordovez who's going to have the brunt of the work to do. Not only in the attack, trying to hold things up and keep possession, but also dropping back and chasing double the amount that he would have had to had Dane Kelly been on the field.
You got a feel for Coach Anhauser. His side haven't won at home yet this year, and looks like they're on the way to a comfortable second half, 1-0 up. And then Dane Kelly gets sent off to make it interesting. Sliced across there by Lewis.
Love that cheeky stuff there from Lewis, who's just packed with quality.
Tackled there, Lewis. It'll be a throw-in for Charleston. Quinton Griffith will take it.
It's a game where speed is going to be needed for this Charleston Battery squad. Obviously, discipline and defensive halves are going to be instrumental, but up top, those balls up wide, Evio Cordovez being allowed to chase, he will be instrumental here. Just not only allowing the pressure to be relieved from the back four, but also chasing those balls and creating what may be few goal-scoring opportunities here. throughout the course of the game.
We've played an hour of football at Blackboard Stadium. You're listening live on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. USL Pro Soccer action for you tonight. That's going to be a free kick for Charleston as Cordovez got fouled as he tried to hold the ball up with his chest, the Cuban.
And these are those sort of half chances that you have to take advantage of. These are opportunities.
For sure. Set pieces level it up completely, don't they? There's no advantage with a man advantage when you get to a free kick or a corner, and it's Van Schaik again. It's a very central position this to strike it from, but he lifts it into the danger area. It comes to Prince. Little bit of a skill move there to get to the byline. He squares it to the near post. Lish, the goalkeeper, grabs it.
It's the right thought, taking a couple touches in the box, and those are always tricky to deal with, but got to the end line and put a good ball in, plenty of pace behind it. Lish had to deal with it because Andre Lewis was on the back post.
The diminutive Danny Earls plays it in square. Now Angulo, who's come off the front line to get involved. Back to Earls. Pittsburgh push forward into the final third of the battery. And still going. Collins, a little 1-2 at the edge of the 18. They get it wide. Charleston stretched. Here's the cross. Griffith, he just has the pace to bring it away. And still coming here, Griffith. Rolls it inside to Lewis. Lewis puts it into the path of Griffith across the halfway line. And he's still going here, Quinton Griffith. And still cuts onto his left foot. Thought about the shot, plays it to Lewis. Lewis rolls it in, great ball! Oh, what a save! Tremendous save by Lish to deny Griffith. What a ball from Andre Lewis, and it'll be a corner kick for the battery.
Last gasp stuff there from Matt Lish, who just got the vital touch on it, didn't he? It was Quentin Griffith, who had all the space in the world, just had to get a bit of air underneath it. But Lish, with that golden toe, steers it out of bounds. And what a play it was. Great build-up. Quentin Griffith just holding his run until the defense lulls to sleep.
Here's the corner, whipped in, and it's straight into the arms of Lish, who is telling them to get forward. He's going to thump it downfield. Big punt away, but it's overhit. It'll be a throw-in for the battery.
And that's not what they need. Nikola Katic is over here talking to Lish. Keep possession. Let's knock it around a little bit. We don't have to force things. 28 minutes still left in regulation here. So
yeah, still a long way to go. It's not time to start launching it, particularly with the man advantage.
The atmosphere is sort of starting to rise here at Blackbaud Stadium. Things getting a little antsy.
That's a great turn by Cordovez, and he rolls it into the path of Lewis, who's in behind the defender. Cuts back inside. Oh, he tried to roof it to the top right-hand corner, but he missed his target, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Well, he had a couple of chances there to put in a ball into the middle. Cordovez was coming. It was Zach Prince trailing at the top of the box, but I think he chose right, just taking it all upon his shoulders, and he takes on Lish. Man, got to put that one on frame there in such a good spot. Credit to Cordovez, who saw that run. But it seems like Charleston Battery the one with the man advantage here in the last couple of minutes.
Well, the game is stretched, Dane, and there are chances that are going to be created, I feel, for both teams. Here's Collins for Pittsburgh, who have the ball now just at the edge of the battery 18-yard box. It comes across to this near side. Sudabaka keeps it in. Plays it in square now. To Kete, back to Sudabaka. He'll throw it into the box. It's headed down. Charleston just about get it clear. Griffith plays it forward, looking for Cordovez. Cordovez sets it for Prince. Prince under pressure, hammers it into the stands on this near side. Throw in Pittsburgh Riverhounds. And Pittsburgh are going to make a change. Some fresh legs coming in. And let's see, it's Sudabaka making way for Rob Vincent.
Sudabaka, he was up, he was pushing, he combined well with Mike Green in the first half, but really haven't seen much of him, hasn't seen much of the ball. Rob Vincent coming in, maybe just some fresh legs. Of course, they are on the tail end of the two-game road trip, back-to-back nights.
Good challenge there from Van Schaik, who just dropped his shoulder. He waits for the run, and he finds Cordovez, who's onside. Cordovez, top of the 18, cuts onto his left foot. His strike, though, is straight to the keeper, and he didn't really connect cleanly.
Well, he was weighing it up to have a go with his left foot outside the box. You could tell that as soon as that ball came from Jared Van Schaik. And we haven't seen the the lightning from the young Cuban. What do we call it? The Cuban missile.
He's got a good shot, that left foot, very powerful, but didn't hit it cleanly there. So here come Pittsburgh now on the far side. Charleston back defending this game end to end. Collins allowed to turn. Into the box it comes. Angulo can't get the shot away. Charleston get it away with Griffith, and he's got the pace to get there. Finds Cordovez, who's brought down. Good foul that by Andrew Marshall to stop the counter-attack from developing, and it'll just slow it down for a second as the Battery get a free kick.
He knew what he was doing, didn't he? That's one of those ones where it's a professional foul that if you pulled a yellow card out of the pocket, it wouldn't be too surprising, because Cordovez has a chance to look up, make a pass, and that really interrupts the flow of the counter-attack right there. So Marshall, granted, a lot of credit to him because he got away with one right there.
Griffith keeping the defender honest, but it's back to Lish. Or rather, Cordovez chasing him down, but it's back to Lish, and now they'll roll it straight down the middle. It's hit long here. He's onside because Mueller had kept him on. Griffith caught off out of position a little bit. In it comes into the middle. It's away by Charleston. Just about. Taylor Mueller and Quentin Griffith combine. Not fully over yet, though, this attack. There's a shot behind and wide for a goal kick.
Mueller might have been the guilty party leaving him on sides, but he made that important touch to steer it away from goal, out of danger, and away from the path of Collins Johns, who was sitting there waiting to tap that in. Good bit of play, and it was all attributed to Quentin Griffith pushing up. He's got to be careful. It's in his nature to push up. He's a winger naturally. He used to play midfield last year, so he wants to get up. He wants to create chances, but defensively is where his responsibility lies most.
You're right. It is Collins, John. I've been calling him John Collins the whole game.
I've been doing the same thing.
Apologies to the Collins family, to the John family, if you're listening or watching. He's having a good game, though, and hasn't scored yet, but there's still time. 67 minutes in. Earls with a little step over, gets it wide. They're lining up in the middle. Charleston trying to stop the cross. Griffith can't. It's floated in, and it's over the top. Did it already go out? I think it went out on its way across. No, he's given a corner kick. So Cordovez just making sure, pushing that one behind, and here's a chance for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. It's one of those games, isn't it, where you say, if Pittsburgh could get a goal, you'd really fancy them to go on and win it.
That's a great point, Andrew. And set pieces, boy, they're going to have to be careful.
68 minutes in. Charleston 1, Pittsburgh 0. Vincent, the substitute, is going to take the corner. And he plays it short. Charleston weren't expecting that. Here's a chance for Tekete. It's played in at the near post and cut out by Wilson. And they've really left themselves exposed here, Pittsburgh. Here comes Cordovez. Lewis is asking for it. He's begging for it. He's going to be offside, surely. He is. Well, it's saved anyway, but Cordovez he just held on to it for far too long.
Well, for me, I thought he made the right play right there. He played the pass. Granted, Andre Lewis was down this near side screaming for it for about 10 seconds before the pass came, so he could have played it a little sooner, but it's a difficult angle, and obviously offside was the call.
Here come Pittsburgh at the other end, and a chance perhaps, and it's fired in and saved by Adisnell Cooper, just dropping to his left. This is really turning into a frenetic last 20 minutes here at Blackboard Stadium.
How many times do you see a team get a chance on one end and then on the other end go up and drop their guard defensively and let in a goal? That almost happened right there, and Pittsburgh Riverhounds looking to take advantage of it.
Adam Mena's up off the bench, and so is Dolman, so your predictions come true, Dana Lucas, as Cordovez is going to make way for Adam Mena, so fresh legs for the Battery to chase and chase and chase. That will be the instruction from Coach Anhauser to Adam Mena. Cordovez gets a round of applause, and on comes Mena, the youngster.
A deserved round of applause to this Battery crowd. Understands the amount of work that Eviel Cordovez has put in, and you know what, he's worked on his fitness a lot, but being down 10 men, being the sole striker up top, he might have needed a break 69 minutes into this game. And Adam Mena, he's you know what, he's a forward that's been kind of pushed out wide. This is his natural position up here, though. Let's look for him to flourish up top as that sole striker. He's very talented. And on the other end, it's Matt Dahlman coming in, and I believe it is the right back, Mike Green, coming out. So watch Dahlman on this right side. He is fantastic. When he gets the ball to his feet, when he's got some time to play in a ball, he's explosively dangerous. And watch for John and Angulo in the box, waiting to put one in off the aerial attack.
Huge crowd here at Blackboard Stadium tonight, and they're enjoying a cracking game. It's live here for you on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. 20 minutes to go. The home side have got the lead, but they're up against a team with a man advantage here. Charleston with some defending to do at the moment. At the edge of the 18-yard box, the volley comes in. Comfortable stop for Adisnell Cooper. I just got a text with the sold number here, the attendance tonight, 5,415.
Wow.
So, huge crowd tonight. A lot of them behind, under the tents, enjoying the atmosphere as Charleston, kind of a swashbuckling style, continuing to attack, you know. It's played long by Amadou Sanyang. Well, that was a very hopeful pass forward, and it's given away, really. It's almost as if Charleston are keeping two up front, you know, with Mena and Lewis staying high.
Well, you can't change your philosophy as a team. Once you drop back, once you kind of change things schematically, that allows the other team to sort of take advantage. And what the Battery don't want to do, and what Coach Hanhauser doesn't want to do, is drop back, put 10 in the box, and allow Pittsburgh to just have a field day on goal.
Pittsburgh with possession. Now Lewis has dropped back into that right midfield role. Just Mena up front at the moment. That's a good ball down the line. Cuts it back inside. Chance for the cross. It's swung in. Great ball in. Oh, unlucky. Just wide of the target. Flashing wide from Collins John. He holds his head in his hands. He thought he scored.
And was it Dahlman already making an immediate impact with the left foot in swinger? And boy, how close was it? Just a glancing header wide. And that's all it takes for this game to be equalized. Charleston Battery seemed to be in control of it for a bit, but that should be an awakening for them to realize they got to shore things up defensively. And don't be surprised if you see the Charleston Battery drop back just a little bit, even after we were talking about them pushing up and taking it to them even a man down.
Pittsburgh with possession. And driven forward over the top of the striker. Oh. And Cooper takes a little touch there. You got to be careful. Brings it to the edge of the 18-yard box and slices his punt to the halfway line. Not the best clearance from the goalkeeper. It's going to fall to Griffith, though. Finds Van Schaik. Misses his pass, and the Battery inviting a little bit of pressure here. Earls, invigorated, drills it out, left outside of the left foot, out to the far side. I think that's Dahlman. Plays it inside now. Here come Pittsburgh. These teams finished 0-0 when they played up at Highmark Stadium, that beautiful stadium up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, back in April.
You were there. How windy was it?
That wasn't too bad.
Oh, boy, not from what I saw on the tape.
Well, I was in the press box, mind you, but great game of soccer we had that night, although no goals. We've had a goal tonight, 1-0 the score, and here come Pittsburgh again. There's a shot from distance, headed up and away by the Battery, and it's behind for a corner kick.
And Pittsburgh starting to put their stranglehold on this game a little bit. You can feel it. The tide's suddenly changing, and Pittsburgh has been in this half of the field for the last couple of minutes. Charleston's going to have to be careful. But that's what's expected with a man down, and the onslaught is to come from the Riverhounds, who are in desperate need of 3 points.
It's going to be a free kick here. It's Danny Earls to take it with that trusted left foot that he does possess, and it's whipped in at the near post. Big header away by the Battery. Two players collide there. The referee needs to stop play because it's a head injury, and he will now. Oh, it was an awkward one, and they're going to need some attention. They're calling for the trainer to come on.
Oh.
And I tell you, who else is not feeling the best is Collins John. He's hobbling over for some attention on this near side. Well, let's hope that they're okay. Oh, it's cramp, isn't it? Well, the trainer from MUSC Sports Medicine is on for the Charleston Battery. It's Charleston 1, Pittsburgh 0, 75 minutes in. Collins John is flopped down on the sideline while the trainer treats the Battery player. I can't tell you which player it is that's down.
I think it's Zach Prince. Is it Mena?
No, it's not Mena. I think it is Prince, you know. Pittsburgh have got one player left, I think, in Miro Cabrillo, so they're okay if they have to make a change.
Well, whoever it is up and at him, so it's Falvey.
It was Colin Falvey who was the player down. Well, you know, he doesn't go down easily, Colin.
Not one to sit and sulk, that's for sure.
Charleston want to make a change here in a few minutes or a few seconds. Aminu Abdullah is stripping off and pulling on his shirt, ready to get into the match. Needs to get some fresh legs in. I think that would be what Coach Anhauser is thinking. We'll ask him after the game. We do have him coming up here for the post-game show. It's a tricky situation to manage this. Colin Falvey taking on some fluids is going to have to come off the field for a second, having received treatment. So Charleston at the moment with 9 players on the field. And here comes the change. It's going to be Andre Lewis making way for Aminu Abdullah. And there's the defensive change you were looking for, Dane, as the attacking midfielder makes way for the defensive-minded central midfielder.
It had to come at a certain point, and Andre Lewis has been running back and forth and back again. So, to be quite honest, he's played a lot of minutes in the last few games, and Aminu Abdullah perfectly capable of dropping into the midfield, providing some defensive support for the rest of his defenders, and it'll be a 3-man defensive midfield with Sanyang, Van Schaik, and Abdullah.
Abdullah, a good friend of Emmanuel Ajeti, who was with us last year. He may actually join the squad this year. We're waiting to hear on his paperwork, but there's a potential move afoot for Ajeti to rejoin the Battery, which would be a great addition. But Abdullah is on now, as Pittsburgh try and get that equalizing goal.
And it's Van Schaik who has dropped back, I believe, a little more centrally. He's going to be helping out Johnny Wilson right there on the left side.
Pittsburgh with possession, midway up inside the Battery half. They work it out to this near side to Kete. Just kept it in play, gets it to Motagalvan. Back it goes to the halfway line, and it's a strong challenge from Abdallah. He got the ball, but he didn't win it cleanly. Pittsburgh have it back, and they'll just work it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Lish. Quickly across to the far side. It's just one striker now for the Battery, and Mena. He's got an awful lot of work to do.
Yeah, he does.
There's a long one forward. Falvey, good header away. Prince whiffs at it, gets a piece of it, goes to ground. Did he win the ball? Yes, says the referee. Fair challenge. Hits it long. Charleston give chase. They were up off the bench there, saying that the studs were high from Prince, but play continues. We're approaching the 80-minute mark, which will mean 10 minutes to go. It's Charleston 1, Pittsburgh 0. We're live here on the Charleston Battery YouTube channel, plus the local radio broadcast on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. Live USL Pro Soccer for you tonight.
Hopefully Menem, when he came in, knew what was on the plate for tonight. It's going to be a lot of running, a lot of chasing, not many goal-scoring opportunities. And hopefully he's in for it for the next 13 minutes if you're a Charleston Battery fan.
Disappointing pull there from the back, as it was straight through for a goal kick. And as the clock ticks on, the pressure will build on Pittsburgh.
Sure. But we saw in the Champions League final today, up until the last 15 minutes, really,
well,
the sense of urgency didn't kick in.
For sure. I mean, the equalizer came in stoppage time. You should never give in this sport, in any sport, really. Anything can happen as the ball is played now for Mena, and he's uses his pace, stretches his legs, and earns a throw-in on the far side. So the Battery with an attacking throw-in here, if they choose to treat it as such. Get it into Mena, holds, turns towards goal, plays it back wide to Van Schaik. There's only one in the box for the Battery. And Charleston are going to lose possession here as Pittsburgh hit it to the halfway line. Wilson being held off. There's a foul. Free kick, Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Those aren't the worst fouls in the middle of the park. Just holding play up a little bit. Johnny Wilson knows what he's doing.
Oh, it's won by Abdallah. Sorry, Dane, a shot from a long way out. And foul has been called by the Pittsburgh player. He caught Abdallah as he tried to get the shot away. It'll be a free kick for the Battery. And a yellow card for, is that Marshall?
It is Marshall, and yeah, it's just a bad giveaway. I mean, you're up a man, you got plenty of space in the middle of the park. To give it away to Aminu Abdallah, right there and put your defense in a peculiar situation is just criminal. And Marshall right there pays the price in the form of a yellow card.
Charleston will be in absolutely no hurry to take these set pieces. Prince rolls it in. He's looking for Abdallah. That's over hit and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, it was always going to be tough for him to take it down right there. It would have been an incredible amount of class. But it was always going to be tough. And Aminu Abdallah retreats as quickly as he came up.
Goal kick for Pittsburgh. Bumper crowd at the stadium tonight. Fireworks to follow the game. And we've had a good match for you. Charleston are ahead, but this game far from over as Griffith parries to the halfway line. Pittsburgh control. Oh, Mena's got in there and he steals it. No foul, says the referee, as Mena goes to ground. The home fans thought there should have been a free kick. Earls chips it forward. John beaten in the air by Falvey. Pittsburgh concede possession. Now here's Sanyang. And there's an overlapping run on the far side from the ever-present Jared Van Schaik. Still Van Schaik. He's going to go it alone into the box. Plays it in square across the face. Well, it's behind for a goal kick. Mena, the closest player, but didn't really throw himself at it, did he?
That's a gem of a ball right there from Jared Van Schaik, who is looking to play sort of a half left back spot, half midfield spot over there on the far side, and allowed to push up when he's got the space. Gorgeous ball through the center of the 6, and Mena just wasn't there, but that goes with the one forward being out in Dane Kelly. That would have been another person right there on the back post to tap that in.
Pittsburgh will continue to try and find the equalizer. There's a long ball forward. Mueller gets his head on it. Van Schaik heads it high and up to the halfway line. Headed back now, and Pittsburgh have possession. Lish comes out of his goal to claim it.
I mean, Collins Johns has made his presence felt just a bit, but really Jose Angulo has been nowhere to be seen in these last couple of minutes. And you don't want to keep bringing it up, but the red card, you would think that a guy of his class and his caliber might have something to say about this game.
Ball's blocked behind. It'll be a corner kick for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Can they find an equalizer? We're into the last 10 minutes, well into the last 10 minutes here at Blackboard Stadium. What a game we have for you. It's Earls with the corner. Fires it into the middle, headed up by the battery, up and away, not fully clear. That's overhit straight through to the goalkeeper, and Charleston have it back for a second here. Animated, the coach, isn't he? He's well outside the technical area.
Well, he's got a lot of youthful exuberance.
Yeah, talking about the Pittsburgh coach Katic, who hasn't sat down the whole game. He's been urging the team on, and he'll be thrilled, I would think, with the performance tonight. But to this point in the game, nothing to show really for it. Seth controls, being held, pinned out wide there by Mueller. Here come Pittsburgh with Earls, who swings it into the middle. It's headed up to keep the play alive. Griffith gets it down, and now Prince just lumps it up and away. Good clearance that from Zach Prince. Lish retrieves.
And it's the name of the game right here for now. I mean, reluctantly, the Charleston Battery are just going to have to get the ball, play it up, and look to waste some time off the clock, dribble into some corners when they can.
There's a long ball forward. Falvey sticks his head in there, and
that's bad stuff right there. Careless.
That is a bit loose from Zach Prince, straight into touch. He had a chance to clear it. Pittsburgh gifted possession back, and here they come now.
Granted, he's been doing a lot of chasing, Andrew, but it's got to be better in the back. Can't be wasteful with possession.
Earls has it. He won't mind. Danny Earls turns towards goal. Finds Motagalvan. It was a heavy touch back to him, but he gets possession. Rolls it out to the far side. Here come the Riverhounds. Angulo asking for it early, but it's overhit. That'll be frustrating for Pittsburgh as Charleston roll it out from the back with Quinton Griffith. He plays it long, asking for Mena to chase the young substitute. Good defending there from Flunder, Sterling Flunder. Back it goes to the keeper, and Pittsburgh can build again. Being urged forward by the technical staff. Pittsburgh want to make another change. It'll be their final substitution, I think. comfortable header away from Falvey. Gets back to his feet. Here come Pittsburgh, edge of the 18. The strike won't trouble Additional Cooper. It took a touch though on the way through, and it'll be a corner kick for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
And Angulo was looking to capitalize off that little deflection, almost steered right into the path of the number 18 in blue and yellow, or blue and white, excuse me. And ooh, that could have been troublesome for Additional Cooper had he had to deal with it. I thought Dahlman was going to come in. I thought he was going to play a big role in this game, but he hasn't quite yet. Another substitution coming in for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Collins, John, is going to make way for Cabrillo, I think. He's actually not listed, the player that's come in. Here comes the corner. It's into a mass of bodies. Charleston get it away with a header from Mena. Maybe a chance for a long-distance strike. It's actually clipped into the back post and behind for a goal kick. I think it is Miro Cabrillo who came on.
He was the last one listed on the depth chart for Pittsburgh.
I'm not sure if that number was the one that was listed, though. It's like 21 he's got, but it's listed as 9. Maybe they couldn't find his shirt. Here's the clearance to the halfway line. Abdallah beaten in the air, but it's headed away by Sanyang, and now Prince can open up his legs a little bit. There's some space for him to run at. Oh,
tired legs right there.
Straight down the line and behind, and possession gifted away again. Charleston inviting the pressure, and here come Pittsburgh. That one's given away though, and the Battery win it back with Van Schaik. Now Abdallah to Van Schaik, back to Aminu Abdallah, who needs to hang on to possession. He finds Wilson. Wilson hits it long. Mena's going to be caught offside there, and it'll be a free kick for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. 87th minute.
Time ticking away. Incredibly slow for the Charleston Battery, who are just looking for their first USL Pro home win of the season.
Yeah, Charleston have won twice away, but I haven't got 3 points at home. And here comes a chance for Pittsburgh. Good challenge from Wilson to concede a throw-in down by the corner flag. Some tired and veteran legs over there for the Battery. Here's the cross for Pittsburgh. Can he get it in? He can. Drives it into the middle. Good header away from Sanyang. Abdallah closing down. And Pittsburgh maintain possession. Hit long. Cooper comes to collect. And that's a comfortable catch for the Cuban goalkeeper, the Battery number 1. Rolls it out to Griffith. Good ball on the ground to Aminu Abdallah. Has to tackle to keep possession. Sets it back to Griffith. Oh, that's not a bad ball for Mena to chase. At the edge of the 18 comes Lish to clear it away. And it was a little bit of a late challenge on Griffith, but he stepped out of it. I think he's okay. And it'll be a throw-in now for the Battery, level with the 18-yard box.
Griffith's done that a couple times now out of the back. It's been really interesting to see, but man, his vision from the back tonight has been spot on. A couple of times now he's let his attackers go up, chase the balls, and really put him in good positions to do something.
88 minutes played. Charleston with an attacking throw-in. They take it and try and take it down to the corner flag with Van Schaik. That went over the line twice. Now the flag goes up. It'll be a throw-in for Pittsburgh. Taken quickly. Set square to Lish, the goalkeeper, who can bring it out of the 18-yard box. He's going to have to launch it, and he does. Hammers it downfield. Wilson got a bit on it, a head on it, but not enough. Falvey comes. Good contact with it. And now here's Prince, and that's a better ball forward, but it's headed down, and Pittsburgh can build again. 89th minute. The ball played square. Early ball forward for Seth. Little square pass to Kete, gets it wide to Earls. He'll be looking to get this onto his left foot. No, his right foot swung in at the back post. Griffith lets it drop, and we'll watch it run away for a Battery throw-in down by the corner flag.
Well, it's disappointing for Pittsburgh, who in the last 40 minutes or so has been the man up, and really it's been tough to even decipher. I mean, it seemed like Charleston has been on even keel with them for the majority of this game, and who's this goal scoring going to come from in this 2014 season? Because even with a man up, they've been few and far between in terms of chances.
Falvey sweeps it away. I tell you what, a short pass there across to the far side,
right.
and Van Schaik would have been in on goal. 90th minute here. Pittsburgh send it forward. Charleston headed away. It's been a valiant defensive effort from the Battery. There's still work to do, though. Here it comes again into a good area. Good header away by the Battery. Prince sets it wide for Griffith. There's nothing forward for him to aim at. He hits it long, and Pittsburgh can build again.
Anywhere but here is the philosophy for the Charleston Battery here for the next couple of minutes until stoppage time.
Another long ball into the box. Falvey wins the header. Taken down on the chest. Oh, the volley is hit well by Danny Earls, but he misses the target. We've played 90 minutes, and it's a goal kick for the Charleston Battery.
Well, it's a half chance.
4 minutes of stoppage time will be played.
It was a half chance for Earls, who took it down off the chest and actually hit it sweetly, didn't he? I mean, he got all of that ball, but just couldn't keep it down to test Odismal Cooper.
Mena heads it on, but he's the only player that can really chase it down. Abdallah tries to close down the right back. It's hit long by Pittsburgh. Wilson in with a challenge. He got the decision from the assistant ref on the far side. It'll be a Battery throw-in. We played 30 minutes of the 4 minutes of stoppage time that we're going to have. Can the Battery hang on for the 3 points, or will Pittsburgh score late to gain a point here on the road?
How devastating would it be?
Be tough for the Battery. It would be a marvelous moment for Pittsburgh, and here they come. Ball comes into the middle. Cooper is there, collides with the Pittsburgh player. Good catch.
Yeah, off his line well. And you got to judge when to come off that line. In the dying moments, you can kind of get a little eager, a little over.
Oh, that might drop for Mena, who's chasing in behind the ball from Griffith, and Mena continues the chase. Can he stop him from playing away? He can. Good work. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery.
Credit to Adam Mena there, just putting a bit of pressure on. It was Flunder and giving the ball away in their own half. Not what they want to do, and with about 2 minutes gone in this 4 minutes of stoppage time, they will invite the ball to the corner.
Well, it'll be a goal kick now for Pittsburgh. 2 minutes have gone, almost 2 minutes have been played of the 4. We're in stoppage time at the end of the game. It's Charleston Battery 1, Pittsburgh Riverhounds 0. The referee's blown his whistle. Well, there are 2 more minutes to play here.
What has he done?
The technical staff of Pittsburgh can't believe it. The Battery have won the game. The referee is saying he's seen enough. Blown the final whistle. I've never seen that before. You can understand a few seconds, but there were 2 minutes left, Dane.
That is something that I've never seen before, and he might need a police escort to the locker rooms. Are they going to try to settle things up and take everybody off the field?
No, the game is finished. He's blown the final whistle. The Battery have won the game. Pittsburgh are furious, and rightly so.
Charleston needs to get off the field, go to the locker room.
He signaled 4 minutes of stoppage time.
They're going to restart this game again. This is wild stuff.
Well, hold on a minute. The fans are coming on here. They think the game's over, but it isn't.
This is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
They're gonna, if there are 2 minutes to, I think there are 2 minutes to play. They're gonna have to get the fans off the field here so we can restart the game.
Wouldn't this be something? The scoreboard's off. The fans are on the field. The whistle's been blown. Unbelievable stuff. And could you imagine if an equalizer went in?
Well, you wouldn't put it past the imagination, would you?
This is wild stuff.
We are going to restart the game. The fans have come off. They were jumping on the field because there are fireworks after the game, and they invite the children on. But there are 2 minutes to play. The referee blew his whistle before the full time had elapsed. I've never seen anything like it, but we're going to have 2 more minutes, I would imagine. And, well, what's he going to do? Have a drop ball? We are live from Blackboard Stadium. Stoppage time at the end of the game. The referee blew the full-time whistle. he had a conversation with the Pittsburgh coach and changed his mind.
Well, I'm sure he'll be hoping you never mentioned his name over the airwaves of this broadcast, but I think you did in the first half.
It's going to be a drop ball, and I would imagine he'll give it to the Battery, who will kick it to Pittsburgh, because I think they have possession. We have played 90 minutes. Let me get ready to start my stopwatch again.
The sportsmanship will be tested here from the Battery.
Well, you know, you feel for the players, because it's not their fault.
Right.
It's the officiating. He has had a stinker. Charleston 1, Pittsburgh 0 by my watch, and that's just me, folks. 2 minutes remain, 120 seconds. You're listening live on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m. Exciting stuff here, and as I thought, Charleston send the ball downfield. They'll concede a throw-in down there for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds to take. We'll start the stopwatch. We've had what we thought was the full-time whistle, but the referee changed his mind, and Pittsburgh have possession at the edge of the 18-yard box. They need to get it forward here, the Riverhounds. Jason Cutney was one of the players on the field. A level head there from Jason, but he got the decision he wanted, and the game is back on here. Pittsburgh with it, just outside the box. They play it square, chipped forward. Charleston saying that's going to go through for a goal kick, and it does. And, you know, yes, they got their 2 minutes, but the momentum has gone, hasn't it?
It was. I mean, they were sort of trying to build on something there, and granted, these extra 2 minutes are something that when the whistle blow, maybe they didn't think they would have. Got to take advantage of it, or at least try to, but there's no question it halts the momentum for this Pittsburgh team, and it's unfortunate to see a game end and then start back up like it did.
The ball hit long. Free kick Charleston as Abdallah just leans into the player, and well, I think we've got about 30 or 40 seconds to go here. It's not quite the drama of the Champions League final today, but it was an interesting last 4 minutes of the game here. There are some smiles from the Pittsburgh bench. I think they can sense the absurdity of it. It's a free kick for Charleston, sent long for Adam Menner. He battles, and the ball drops down. He gets a challenge on it. Charleston maintain possession. The foul, though, committed by Menner. It'll be a free kick for Pittsburgh. 20 seconds to play.
Can really give him just a little bit of extra time and just sort of courtesy and a little gracious.
Well,
period.
No courtesy. I don't think that comes into it, but he's going to play another 2 minutes for sure. Or he's going to play the full 2 minutes. He's not going to get caught out twice.
There we go.
There is the final whistle. Well, in the end, the Battery prevailed. They got the result they were looking for. 1-0 winners. Credit to Pittsburgh. They fought like absolute terriers. They end up with nothing to show for it. It was a tough night for them, but a good result. Dane R. Lucas for the Charleston Battery.
Yeah, this crowd of over 5,000 people really did get put to a show right here. I mean, this game was entertaining from the start. Really, throughout about 30 minutes, this game really kind of eased into the pace it was going to take shape of. But after the 30 minutes, man, it was back and forth, open stuff, free-flowing, and Charleston 1-0. We really never thought that it was going to end 1-0, did we? I mean, this was a game that seemed like it was going to be full of chances, which it was. There was chances on both ends, and a lot of credit to the defensive work and the defensive shape of the Charleston Battery, going down a man and really having to battle back, fight through strong defensive work. And Colin Falvey, Taylor Mueller, Quinn Griffith, and Johnny Wilson did a fantastic job in the back, hanging on to that 1-goal lead.
Hunter Gilstrap having a chat with his former college friend there, Zach Prince. What a game we had tonight. 1-0, the final score. The Battery prevail and get the 3 points. The first win at home for the Charleston Battery. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the official Charleston Battery post-game show for you live on ESPN Radio, 9:10 a.m., and we'll be back with that after these words.